Gage.
Turn. He's right there. They're going past him. Dude, turn around. Here, Kurt just saw him. Kurt's just laying out. Here it goes.
Barely breathing, don't let go. Hear the whispers, listen close. I know you've never strayed from the fold, but that's how freedom begins. Bended knees and broken bones. A bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion. Be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Burn your bridges, make your choice.
All right, well, we're up here on the ranch, and God, this is just looking beautiful. There's a couple big bulls down here, but they're right out in the wide open. It'd be easy to get to. I mean, if you shot one, but not gonna be easy to stock up on. But there is another one we see up in the timber up there, and that would be better if I went in the timber, but it's just, you know, this is a place that has some of the biggest bulls in the world here. I mean, you're talking to get them at 10 to 13 years old, and most of the big bulls out here would just die out here. It's one of those things, there's a lot of big old ones, but I just want to find the perfect one, you know, something that's 10 to 13 years old, the perfect rosette, you know, just giant hair on it and stuff. It's just, they're bulls you just don't see just anywhere. So we're going to want to take a good look and find the right one for sure. But that one looks pretty good over there, but it's just hard to say. You're gonna have to just get spotting scopes out on them and see, you know, horn wise and cape wise and hide wise and everything else too. It's just right before the rut, so they're starting to grunt and get a little bit, you know, rutted up a little bit. But they get another week or so, and man, these things will be going crazy. I mean, talking to Wayne, you hear him, you know, you got two bulls, and one will be fighting, and one will be grabbing it, lifting it right up and flipping it over on its back, and you know, showing pictures of other ones. It's big gouges and holes all over in them, and you know, it's crazy. But it's probably the perfect time to hunt them right now, really, is because they're pretty happy where they're at. You know, a lot of them are coming out of the timber up on the high stuff and coming down where the cows are at, but you know, they don't have any predators, so they're fairly easy to stalk on, I think, anyway. I'd say that, but then Kurt said, like I said, they were stalking on one, and I think saw him at 100 yards, and he said, heck, everything was still running over the top of the hill, so it just kind of depends on the one. But I don't think it's going to be, you know, not like spot and stalking a coos deer or mule deer or something like we said, but I want to spend enough time to make sure I find the right one, because it's something I do once in a lifetime. So if we find the right one today, and especially since it's cooler today, you know, it's high of 70s, it's going to be the 80s and stuff tomorrow, but that's the thing, once you shoot one of these things, and you know, it's not just the hunting part of it for me. This is the meat for these things. Is gonna, you know, it's gonna last us for 2 years. You got so many people that want this buffalo meat, and just excited about that too. So we want to make sure we shoot them, you know, someplace we can get to right away, and make sure we get that cape off. I mean, the hide is like that thick up on their heads, and so if you don't get to them right away, you can't get a truck to it and get the stuff out right away, you could spoil some of that meat. We definitely do not want that to happen. So we'll definitely be looking for not just the right bull, but in the right place. But as long as we're out here, I shot a few shots this morning at the house, but I'm gonna shoot a couple farther, 50s and farther out here to make sure everything is on them and make sure we make a good shot on them. And then we'll go in the middle with the broadhead. You're good to go on that. Yeah, just same bow I used last year, but obviously different arrows and stuff. So I just made a new sight tape. So left and rights, you know, these first times, you know, you're always kind of back and forth, kind of dialing it in. Just kind of depends on what kind of wind you have up here and adjusting to that. But my biggest concern is making sure the up and down is right, that the tape is correct. I can always adjust the left and rights a little bit here and there on the fly like we just did, but I just got to make sure the up and downs are on, and just making sure that the broadhead's flying the same as the field tips and stuff on it. So I feel pretty confident in all that. You know, I just didn't shoot real far, but just shot like 80 yards here, and it was everything from 20 to 80 was right on, up and down wise. So I feel pretty good about that giant target. Hopefully I can get to 50 and in, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but you never know. I mean, you always practice those long shots, and I make sure that we can shoot long distances and not necessarily to hunt one or shoot one that, but you never know on a follow-up shot, you hit one, if it runs out there and stops, you always want to be able to get another arrow in them, especially for big game, elk and buffalo like this. Want to get as many arrows in them as you can. So I like to make sure that, longer distances are right on too. So, but I feel pretty confident. Now let's go find a big bull.
Unless he's a no-brainer shooter, then it'd be worth doing. Unless you can't get to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we don't know until we get up there.
No.
But it looks like a big heavy horn sticking out.
Yeah.
Either he's a little bit younger than we think, or he's a giant.
Well, let's go. At least we can get closer look and see, from there.
Should be popping out about now. It's just right up there.
Yeah. He might be to the yeah, he's going to the left, but he might be up there a little bit farther too. I don't know.
These aspens, and up above him in those pines.
Yeah, let's do that.
Looks like the wind's kind of coming this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both big, heavy broomknife bulls. That one on the left's got a great big wedge head.
Yeah, this is the point where I don't know, they all look big, It's like,
I mean,
where's that one that's just a little notch above the rest?
Yeah.
I'd rather it be hide or hair or horns or what.
The one on the right looks like he's got the rain kind of knocked his hair down, so it's smunched, on his forehead. That
Yeah.
one on the left. See how broomed off that horn is on that right side?
Yeah.
Get as far as grab up another 100 yards and see if he's getting down to the timber, and then we can maybe get into this timber here.
Yeah.
Make a stalk on him too.
Yeah, maybe just drive up to that point there and just see if he starts coming down in this timber, and maybe just...
See if that draw right there has a bunch of timber through the bottom of it. We could just
Yeah.
hop into this side hill and work our way through it and get right up to him.
These dudes got moving around like the other one, you just don't know really.
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look at him anyway. Because you saw some of these other ones, you'd know like this compared to that.
No,
So we're not in any hurry.
Yeah, this one on the left looks pretty good.
Well, we were way back over on that mountain over there. We spotted this one, like a big bull over here by himself laying down. So we came up here to try to get up some altitude on him. There's not many roads here, and it's just been raining. It's been such a wet spring or in summer. We're just come look at that one. We just saw there's a couple more big bulls over here, so we're just gonna go take a look at, probably just take a look at all of them. and just kind of see if we can find one that I like, you know. You don't want to be too hasty on this, you know, especially when there's seems like every corner you come around, there's big herds of all the buffalo down in the bottom, but the biggest bulls just stay up high, and they're just, you know, they'll wait up here until they're ready for the rut, and then they'll head down. So I think your biggest, oldest bulls are still up here. So this is kind of what you want. You kind of want to go find them, spot and stock them up here. And like you said, some of these bulls are just so old, they're like 13 or 14 years old. They're just not even breeding anymore. Just kind of by themselves, and we'll just kind of hang out till we see if we can find a big old giant up here. That one that was laying down. Let's see the other one. It's behind that tree for us. See that turkey egg right there? It's broken out, but it's right there. Do you think that one that was in the dirt? Do you think this one back up?
There was the bedded one and one in the dirt.
Yeah.
There's this guy in the bottom. I think that's those three down there.
Yeah, we had a bunch of elk that ran through here too. And I think all those three, there was three up there all the time, but these three were kind of coming down, and one was closer here. I don't know if they saw us or the elk, but I like the idea of the one sitting by himself.
Yeah.
Like you said, you get bulls like this together, so you shoot one and the other ones just go and beat the hell out of it. And then we won't gore it and flip it over and stuff. And not like necessarily they're coming after you, but you just happen to be in the way if you're right there. So it'd be kind of nice to be able to shoot one that was just off by himself. You didn't have to worry about looking over your shoulder all the time, see if you got a 4,000-pound freight train running at you.
His darn head and look back at us.
I know it. Well, you can see it's like, obviously they were coming down and right here and they saw us or something.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, it's not like he can just walk up to it.
Right when we got out down there, there was
Yeah.
those 2 bulls and 2 cow elk that went running up this way, and I think that's what got everybody moving. But, you know, I mean, these things, they move so much. I mean,
Yeah.
tomorrow morning we could drive out there and
Be down at the bottom. Let's just see if we can take a look at that lone one, because he was bedded down and by himself. And just, all right.
Turn around and head back. We can just get into the trees right here. He's bedded.
Okay.
Come up this way.
Oh, yeah.
That's so heavy.
Yeah.
He's just a giant.
Does he have as much hair on top, though?
He doesn't have any. See where his rosette would be?
Yeah.
It's not there. I mean, his horns
Are huge, but yeah. So let's yeah, let's just go real close, because that's a perfect example of what you're looking for. I mean, it's an old bull, but he's got huge horns, but he just doesn't have the giant rosetta. And I think, to me, that's what puts him over the top compared to other ones I've seen. So we're looking at those other ones, and this is the one that we saw from way on the other side over there, bedded over here. And you can see he's got giant horns, but I'm not sure about the hair, and that's why I come here with Montana Hunt Company, because like, you see some of their mounts, that rosetta is like nothing I've ever seen before, and that's just the thing, to have that genetic here, to get that, and then get the age here. 10, 13-year-old bulls. So we just got to see. He's got the horns for sure. Of course, you just score the horns, but I don't really care about the score so much. I care about that big mop of hair on their head. So we'll see what he's got. We'll see how close we can get to him. Get a good look at him anyway. Wind right in our face, rain. It's like you'll be able to walk right up to him. You ain't gonna be able to see us, smell us, or hear us. Well, he is looking at us now, I think. God dang it. There goes that. I thought I was in the perfect spot, but I think he just happened to look over and see us. Okay, so much for an easy spot. Yeah, he doesn't have the head like that Rosetta on the top. Yeah, he doesn't have the hair.
Yeah. The one that we snuck up on when we were away from you guys in the side-by-side. We were in here to that aspen.
Yeah.
Just not this one, but that one away. And he wouldn't even look at us. And then we could have snuck right in
Yeah.
there and got
Yeah, this one, like you said.
piece.
Yeah, like you said, you get. It's funny because when we were coming down there, I was like, "Well, if this was a mule deer, I'd spend all day on it," you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get kind of complacent with them because some of them will let you get fairly close to them, you know, without even looking at you. But like you said, when they're by themselves out here in just different temperament, and you got an old bull like that, we're still 300 yards by the time he saw us, and he's gone, you know. So I mean, but we kind of knew from up there, we could see that he didn't have the big rosette, he didn't have a big triangle-shaped head at the top. So we're like, well, let's just go and look anyway, as long as we're right here. So, I mean, if he would have been one that we wanted, we probably would have dropped down lower and kind of came up right at his butt instead of coming from the side. But still, you can see it's not like, hey, you're gonna just walk up to and shoot one. Well, we got different weather today, that's for sure. So we just kind of slow rolling it a little bit, trying to let the roads dry out. We're gonna try to find the one that was up in the high mountains up there yesterday that I like, but it just depends if we can get up there or not. So we're not even gonna take the side-by-sides because we can get up there with that, we know that, but if we can't get a truck up there, it ain't gonna do us any good anyway. So see how the cows are down here, so all these bigger bulls are starting to move out of the mountains and stuff, getting closer to the cows, getting close to rut here. So I'm not sure if they'll still be up there or not because there's a bunch of different ones down here getting closer to the cows and stuff. So some new big ones around though.
Yeah, he's got pretty sweet hair.
Yeah, dude.
It comes down his face nice. He's definitely.
Just like if the easy way is look at the one ahead of him because that's a big old bull too, but look at the hair difference.
Yeah, he's definitely a bigger, older bull. You can hardly see his horns. Oh, could be one horn.
Oh, is it one horn? Because one horn has probably the best cape out here.
Yeah, I think it is one horn.
Wait, he's got a horn on both sides.
Does he? Oh yeah, I'm going to take us right past him.
Yeah, you can see the horn there. Look now when he's looking this way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You'd know because he has a bare spot on the other side right there. And that one that we saw last night.
Pretty sure that's Chewy, the one that in the aspens.
Oh, the one that was over in the aspens,
Yep.
Chewy, the one they tried to kill 2 years ago.
Yep. Chewy's positive that's him.
Yeah,
Because I
Chewy
remember
has
seeing
a
that.
huge mop head.
Yeah, because
When
they
he
said
runs,
he
it
was
flies up.
groomed fairly decent on that left side.
Why, that thing is a giant. It's not the one that we saw last night. But man, he's got the hair like crazy. He's just maybe a little bit more broken or broomed off on his horns, but what a pig of a buffalo, though.
What do you think, Kurt? I think he's the one. Just trying to
think we go try
pick it apart.
All right, well, we found not the one from last night, but he's very similar. He's in the wide open down there, or it looks like it, but a lot of times there's more terrain than you think, so we're just gonna get down there anyway, like in what there's little like creek ditches and stuff, and just kind of watch him from there and see if he starts coming towards us, because you just don't know which way he's gonna go, but we might as well get in the wheelhouse right away. Same thing we do for mule deer. Let them, they're in a spot that's not accessible, but you sit there and watch them too long enough, and they get to a spot, oh, if we were just right there, so we're just gonna get down there in the wheelhouse and just kind of see which way he starts working, and maybe walk towards us or get to a spot where we get some terrain on him and we can move towards him. So anyway, it's awesome, man. It's a flipping giant. So we'll go give it a try and see what he does. Well, we spotted a big one. He was coming right down the road right here. So we're not sure that he's gonna keep coming on this road or not. But so we just got over there. He's one of these humps where he can't see us. And if he's still walking the road, it'd be like at 20 yards. Let him come to us, because it's so wide open here. When we're up in the timber, it's a different story. You can stalk them and stuff, but out here, it's so wide open, they see you, they're gonna be gone. So I just have Gage just up on the hill right there, just watching to see if he's coming down this road or not. When I first saw this bull, I was thinking it was one from up on top, because a lot of those up there are probably gonna start moving down this way as well. So see what happens here. See another big bull over there. All right, well, it happened pretty fast. He started, when he was out in the open, I was walking that kind of down the road, and if we can get behind this hump, he should walk right to us, but it's just if we can get there quick enough. Oh shit, you guys, he's right here, he's right here. What do you got? Everyone got him? Everyone have him? You want to even shoot him again, or see if they can just let him go? No, yeah, he's right there. God, I forgot to turn this on. It happened so fast. I forgot to even get my tactic cams on. Maybe I'll hit him again. I don't know. It was 84. Golly, it happened so fast. I mean, we were here, and we were going to come right here, thinking he was going to walk right on this road. And we went over the other one because he was coming pretty fast. So when he wasn't coming, we could see some other ones out here. There was 3 other ones with him. And we're like, okay, let's just move up to this one. We're looking over there. I said, look, he's right here. I didn't even have time to put on my Tacticam on my bow. The little one, I just dropped it someplace. I don't know where the heck it was. But he just, it was like at 35. So I'm just gonna run up, and basically not that he needed any closer. I just wanted him to stop if he saw something and stop. Yeah, and just so I could see like his chest too. I didn't want to be just looking at the top of him. And Yes. Yeah. That's what there was just. We just sat like last week and just went through so many arrow configurations and stuff, and how much you need and everything else. And it's like obviously it didn't get passed through or anything like that, but it was in there, you know, just that much sticking out. So I mean that Wacom head, and it's only a 460 grain arrow. People out there like 700s, 800s. It's like you just lose so much of your velocity, even though you might gain a little bit of energy. So we just cranked my bow up. I just lengthened it out a little bit. Normally I'd shoot like 30-inch draw before, and like lately now I've been putting it to 29.5 just so, you know, you're at the back wall. So I just switched it over to a 30-inch cam just to give me that little extra, you know, to make up for that 3% loss, even going from a 400 to a 600. And it worked. And Kurt.
Go over 40 yards probably.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, I just laid down. Like, I gotta get down low as I can to run you over.
Man,
Yeah.
that couldn't have worked out any better. It's like, that was one of the balls that we wanted. If it was chewy, even it might be the one that we were talking about from a couple years ago, you're trying to kill. Oh, man. Yo, phase 4 did it. And that's why we come with Montana Hunt Company. You're talking to the taxidermists, and they're just like, there's no other place on earth that you get bulls like that. And I think a lot of it is just age-wise.
Yeah.
Like I said, you get the hair and stuff like that. It's like, why don't I see any other mounts? I mean, like you go to the Western Expo and you have Frank the Tank out there, that mount, everybody's looking at it because you just don't see them like that.
Oh, most people are killing 5 to 7-year-old bulls at the top end, you know. Just
Right, and they just at 5 to 7 years old, they don't have.
out here, this bull, I wouldn't doubt it if he's 15 or 16.
Yeah,
I mean, he's an absolute tank.
yeah. I mean, these bulls just die of old age out here. If you're not people, you know, if you're not hunting them, if you're not shooting them, they just die of old age.
We're their own predator, really.
Yeah, and it's just incredible. I mean, that's why I just said I wanted to shoot a buffalo, but I just haven't for so many years because you just didn't know the right place and the right time. Like, you just kind of wait for that right opportunity. You want to, you know firsthand what you're getting into and stuff. And after seeing that and just knowing now Gage and Kurt and Wayne for over the years here, now since last year elk hunting and everything else, so perfect spot for them too.
Beautiful hair. Yeah, pre-rut like this, nobody else is shooting them, you know, pre-rut. So they don't have the hair like this guy's got just an insane rosette on him.
No, everything lined up perfectly.
That was amazing.
I think I peeked up at you guys. That was awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, this is where he ran right across right here.
You should have seen our view from up there. It was crazy. I'm sitting there like, oh, Kurt's right on top of Kurt. Right on top of Kurt. What did it look like?
What do you think, buddy?
That was fun.
Yeah, I haven't walked up to him yet. I want to make sure everybody was here when we go up there.
That's one of the funner things I've sat and watched.
I know.
Whoa, it's right there.
I said, but plus I can only see like this much there, so I got to get up closer. I mean, it still was 30-something yards because he was walking still, but I just need to be able to see his belly line, so you knew up and down wise. Like, you didn't want to have the same. Yeah.
From our view,
Did you
it
text
looked like
Tiffany by any chance? I
the
don't have a
buffalo
survey.
was
Okay.
like where Kurt was. Kurt Kurt was like, oh God, I'm getting down.
Oh yeah.
I got track of it.
Yeah, so you can see there's some like there, but not a lot. But jeepers, look at that! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that. Yeah, it's because he was just digging down in that mud and stuff. And this is what we were looking for, though, on the thing. You know, was the hair. We looked at so many of them. You needed just to have all this hair up on top and down the sides and everything else. You know, obviously the score was by the horns, but I didn't care about that. You see that? Yeah, and the age, you just, you know, and it's like, sorry, big buddy, but I guarantee you that was quicker and more humane than the other way to die out here is with the wolves. When you figure a bull like this, like I said, could be 13 plus years old. You know, they don't have that many years left. The wolves are gonna be getting them eventually, and it's a lot quicker and more humane way to die than getting eaten alive by wolves. So, and and you just think when it's gonna what it's gonna, you know, how many people are gonna eat from off this thing too.
Oh, his hair is awesome. Oh man.
I don't look at that. This couldn't have worked out any better. I mean, like, you can drive a refrigerator truck or whatever right here. You can just, you just will take the whole thing out of whole, right?
Yep.
Just get the hide off him and take the whole thing out of whole and get it in there. Just take the whole thing the way it is.
Yeah,
Awesome, yeah.
Skin it out the way he wants it and make it perfect.
Yes, that's what I like to hear.
Crazy.
That's what I like to hear. That's what we're looking for. After seeing that mount of Frank the Tank, you're just like, holy cow, that's what I want.
Kind of sets the standard.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when this mount is done, it's gonna look insane.
All right, well, I was looking to see if I could find the arrow down there, and no sign of it on him. But then we just looked back at the footage. You can see as soon as he turned the corner here, that it broke off. You can see his tracks right here, and the arrow is right here. So we walked kind of that way, looking at the blood through here. But there's the photon right there, and it did the job. I mean, like I said, it went back and forth so many times on, you know, what weight and everything else. But it looks like, you know, it got in. You know, it's a almost 29, 30-inch arrow with the broadhead on it. So we got probably penetration up to there. You see some blood on there, but snapped it off. So we'll have to take a look at the broadhead, you know, once we get the hide off them and stuff and see how that did. But you know, like I said, we did a lot of thinking on what you know, arrow and broadhead combination, and picked it right. I mean, literally shot him right here, and what is he, 80 yards maybe he went, you know, total. But it worked, that's for sure. Hey, how's it going, Sheriff? Huh? We're gonna get some big wings off of this one, huh?
Yep. Have wings.
Hi.
Wings.
What do you think, Peachy?
Holy Congratulations.
Thank you. They didn't go 40 yards or, you know, 80 yards. We were right there, and he was coming like down this road, and he was coming up this way, and we're just right there and shot him. That's how far we made it.
Well, Brian was showing me the footage. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It's like, hell yeah. That is awesome, Lee.
Let's go take
I
a
love
look,
it.
Sheriff.
Nice job, boys. Yeah, and you, nice duck and roll. That's
Awesome.
it. It's like, oh my gosh. Let's go look at it. Yeah, camera. I'm like,
Come on, Sheriff. Oh, good shot.
well, now we know that buffalo poop looks like cow poop.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, look at the noggin on that thing.
Whoa.
I know. Come here, Reagan. Feel the hair on this.
That is awesome. So he's kind of broomed off there, right?
Oh, both sides. But he's like the oldest one, you know.
Love it.
I just, look at the hair on that thing. And
That
I
is
just like, you know what?
crazy.
That's just like,
I think that's his head.
come on over, Sheriff.
This
Yep,
is
jump over the
I don't
poop.
know anything about these, but even the ones we've been looking
Look
at,
at
I'm like,
that.
this looks like a giant.
Feel his head.
There.
Feel his head,
I can't
Cameron.
believe how.
Look at that.
Look at his head. It's way down here.
He needs a haircut.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it cool?
I guess that arrow combo that you put together was perfect.
Yeah.
Mom,
How cool is that?
Yeah, muddy.
they're
It's like a
feel
Cape
like
buffalo.
A rhino.
For
Yeah.
all the rhinos you felt.
They, ah! What's that
Look
thinking?
at this. Cameron, look at the hair on this. Come here,
That
take
thing
a
is the
look.
coolest thing I've ever seen.
Come here, Eggs.
Here, Reggie and Cameron.
Come here, look at this. Look at that horn.
That is awesome.
Look at that big horn in there, huh?
Smoked it.
Whoa, pretty cool, huh? Well,
I
a
was like,
bison.
it's neither.
It's American
It's
bison.
American bison.
That's how the Indians used to hunt
Is it a
with their
cow
bow and
duck?
arrows
It's a
too.
Big bull. It's exactly what you're looking for. A big old bull.
Yeah, look at that hair.
Holy cow, this guy needs a haircut, just like
Yeah,
yours.
look at. I didn't cut my hair on the top, so we look the same. Look at that. Me and that buffalo have the same hairdo, right?
That's like a
Huh?
prehistoric. I mean, it's just like the craziest thing. It's like
Yeah, the closest thing was like that muskox
Muskox.
had a head like that.
but it's bigger than the mustache.
Yeah, this is a way bigger body.
Look at the head on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking
Big old beard. Pretty awesome, huh, guys? What do you think? think you're
Whoa.
gonna shoot one, Regs?
So he was just
Someday?
randomly like making his way down.
Yeah, and there
I
was
still
3
got the
behind him.
clouds
Those
down
3
here.
right there were kind of walking behind him, and you know, they just bedded up right there. But he was just coming this way. But you know, all the cows and stuff. I think if I drove through it, because a lot of the cows there, I think all the bulls were just kind of starting to move
There's
that way.
tons of them down that way.
Mhm.
Right now, driving up there.
Yeah.
God, I'm so
If you thought
happy
about
for
it, it's
man.
like, you know, the other ones, the horns
Freaking
are bigger. You know, they
awesome.
weren't broomed off like this on that one up on top and stuff. But it's like, we think it might have been one that they tried to shoot a couple of years ago. It got chewy. It's like, I just really want one old enough.
That's
just
awesome.
like with the hair. And this one had the hair like the one from last night.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think we could get up there. You know, like this is just perfect. We can drive the truck right here. We can get it out. We can save every piece of meat on it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, let's start. Hey, let's get a couple pictures with you and the kids. Stand back a little bit, you guys, so you may give them some room.
Well, at least we have a
The
shirt.
yellow red ones,
Yeah.
those ones are real.
Put a new blade on this too. What are you trying to get?
What do you have to
What do you have to
get?
get?
Blood sample.
Did they get DNA to see what? Look at that blood clot.